What's going on, Yu-Gi-Oh fans? PlotArmorCards in the house, and the Purrely Archetype is going to be coming out soon, and I guess it's now the Purrely Archetype. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, but this is definitely an archetype I wanted to test out and play around with. This is one of my first times playing around with this deck, so I kind of just put together mainly cards from that archetype, and I wanted to just try out the archetype by itself and see how it is. So I wanted you guys to take a look at this with me. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I got so far. 3 copies of just Purrely. This thing is actually pretty good because it lets you XC summon based on the the quick play spell card that you'll have in your hand. So corresponding to, so some of these monsters will have things like where is it? Like let's look at this one. Purrely Happy Memory. It's specifically listed on that card. So based on that, you should be able to summon that if you have Purrely quick card in your hand. So for example, you can reveal one Purrely quick play spell card in your hand. If you do special summon an Xyz monster that mentions it from your extra deck by using this face up card you control as material. If you do, attach that revealed card to the summon monster as additional material. This is treated as an Xyz summon. And then the second monster, the only other monster we have in this deck, or at least for this archetype specifically, is Purrely Lily, and it works in a very similar way, but it uses cards in the grave instead of the hand. So I think that's pretty good. And then I just threw in some hand traps, just why not, right? Triple Ash Blossom, 2 Magnamuts, 2 Druid Swarm, and then 1 DD Crow, just because it is searchable off Fleur-Lusk Recital Starling. And then we get into the spell cards of the archetype. So 3 copies of Purrely Pretty Memory. Each player gains 1,000 life points. Then you can discard a card if you do special summon 1 Purrely monster from your deck. So really, really good because we only have this, right? So as many cards as we can get in order to special summon them, it's really, really good. So and then an Xyz monster that has this card attached to it gains this effect. Once per turn, you can send 1 other card you control to the graveyard, target 1 card your opponent controls, attach it to this card as material. Really good just for removing some of the more annoying cards that your opponent may have. This card I really, really like because its Xyz material is basically anything attached to it gains 300 attack and defense for each material attached to it. And I've had my monsters get, there's some pretty high levels of attack, so I do like this card. Plus it does have that ability to search and whatnot, special summon specifically. A lot of the cards are like that. This one also lets you special summon. So the way this archetype works, most of these cards you're going to be discarding one or making something you have immune and then adding to your hand or special summoning one of your monsters. And based on the way this archetype works, I don't think we'll expect too many other monsters in this archetype, at least main deck monsters, because there's so much searching going on that if you have too many monsters, I feel like it's too generic of a searcher. You know, you could be able to pop up way too much. So this thing here, its Xyz effect is this card can attack monsters a number of times each battle phase up to the number of Purrely Happy Memory attached to it +1, so it's super dope. But also the special summon ability, and then we got the next one here. There's also let's see, you can discard a card, special summon level 1, plus you can target 1 and it takes the effect damage you take this turn becomes 0, and then once per turn for the Xyz monster during your opponent's standby phase you can draw a card, so you get some draw power in there. And then we have a continuous spell card known as Purrely My Friend. Basically pay 500 and then you can reveal 3 cards out of your hand, plus it has a bit of a recycling effect. Next we got ourselves Stray Purrely Street, the field spell for this archetype. That reminds me, I should maybe mess around with the terraforming. Probably worth it. Your opponent cannot target Purrely monsters you control with card effects. Some good protection. The turn they were special summon. If a Purrely Xyz monster you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon a Purrely monster from your deck or graveyard. Great way to recycle because, as you know, we only have 6 of these, so you could both do these pretty quickly. I've never had a situation where I never ended up with these. So I feel like it's pretty consistent in terms of bringing him out and being able to Xyz summon pretty nice. And then I just threw some extra cards in there because why the hell not? 3 copies of Lightning Storm just because it's a good card. And then there's 2 of the Trap card. I think it's decent. I haven't used it myself yet though, if I'm being honest. So, and then 3 copies of Rivalry the Warlord, just because everything we're using is fairy other than our bestial monsters. So I thought it was worth checking out just to screw over my opponent. And then for the extra deck, 2 X Purrely Happiness, 2 X Purrely Noir, 2 E Purrely Happiness, 2 E Purrely Beauty, 2 E Purrely Plump. I really love this card. I've gotten this card up to some crazy attack and defense. 1 copy of Recital Starling, 2 copies of Double A Zeus, and that is because we can attach a lot of different cards to these monsters, and then Zeus can get, you can abuse its ability pretty hard. So, and then for the Link monsters, just the 1 Link Kuriboh and the 1 Sprite Elf. Now, I just really wanted to stress that this is I wanted to test this archetype. So this may not be my final form, obviously, based on what I'm testing and whatnot. I at least in like the 5-6ish duels I've done so far, some things I've taken out. Like 1-for-1 I took out just because you have to have a monster in your hand to use the effect, and sometimes you'll end up with a situation where you only have spells and traps, which will lead obviously to sometimes you'll end up with a monster or whatnot. But I feel like these cards do enough searching on their own. So, and then I did use Evenly Matched for a bit, but then I never ended up in a situation where I felt like it was properly used, but that was obviously in a short span of games. So things like that, I've been making little adjustments, and I will continue to be making adjustments. But let's go ahead and get into these duels, guys. Starting this one off, looks like I'm going to be going first, and I don't have the best going first hand in terms of the Bestial Magnum and the Lightning Storm, but I think I can make do. So I'm going to start by activating my field spell. I do have a continuous spell and a quick play spell in my hand, so for now, let's see what we can do with this. So I'm going to activate this, and I am then going to take advantage of its effect by paying 500 life points. I can then choose 3, and then they randomly add 1 to my hand, right? So let's see here, which one would I like? So let's just go with the Purrely, why not? And then I'm going to summon it, and then I'm going to activate its effect, and then I can add 1 card from to my hand. Sorry, I'm gonna go with a trap card. I do like the trap card; it's fun to mess around with. So I'm gonna set it, and then I'm gonna activate my quick play spell card, and then I can special summon straight from the deck by discarding 1. Lightning Storm is kind of useless right now. Then I can go into this, which its effect will then activate. I can then add 1 to my hand. I'm just going to go with this thing here. And then randomly choose a thing for these 2. And now we're going to activate this thing's effect. We can go into this card. And then we can activate this thing's effect. Activate an effect, 1 card can be chained. No. Let's just go into this thing here. And then we're going to go into this thing for some defense. And then we can activate this, attaching my own card to it as material. And then if I so please, I guess I can go into this thing. But I do have Purrely Leap, so I intend on ranking up. I'm curious, this card can attack monsters up to the number of times. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm going to end. And then I do have this thing's effect is going to activate. So I'm curious as to which one I should do. I'm going to go for this one, and I'm going to touch this one because it gives it an attack boost. So now it has 2,900, and this thing has 3,000 defense. And he starts off with Fusion Conscription. I have no idea what deck this is. Again, these people are using random decks that I know nothing about. So I am going to activate my trap card. I'm going to take advantage of this, and I am going to summon... What does this thing do? You cannot detach 2 materials and target 1 card you put placed on the bottom of the deck. Interesting. So let's just go with this one. This is 3,700 attack, 2,300 defense. Not bad at all. I have a decent attacker and a decent defender on the field. I'm getting quick glimpses of what he's using, but I need to actually look at the cards. Okay. This is probably a GX era deck, which is interesting. Target up to 2 spells and traps in any graveyard. Okay, I'm going to wait until this goes to the grave, and then I'm going to use it. Because he only has the 1 right now. There we go. Or maybe I should take his polymerizations in case he has a way to like recycle them or something. I doubt he does, but you never know. Screw it, might as well take him now. 1, 2. And let me double check this thing's effect. Well, he's popping off his combos. He's going to poly. Interesting. Until the end of this turn, you can detach a material from this card if you do negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. Okay. And this thing, what does this do? Before damage, if this card battles, you can inflict damage equal to that monster's attack. If this face-up card is destroyed by battle, leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect. Interesting. I don't know if he can do much else, so I don't know if I should mess around with it. Might as well use this, get rid of his Neos, because I feel like that's something that that's going to be very useful to him at least. That thing has higher attack than me anyway, so maybe I should just put this in defense mode. And then I'm going to activate its effect, and then I can search and add another one to my hand. Another bestial monster at least. It's going to go into his battle phase now. I guess he can only attack this one, which in turn would take me a lot of damage, wouldn't he? So, Niels Kluger. Okay, yeah, okay. He decides to attack my monster instead. And then bringing out Neos Wise Man, I think that's what it's called, right? Yeah, Neos Wise Man. I own this card, but I've never freaking used it. This is such a weird archetype. Yo, why have I never seen this before? I'm sure this is just something I glazed over. I'm pretty sure this was a GX thing. So I just have to survive. If I can survive this turn, I think I'll be fine. Alright. This thing's effect will activate. Let's see. During your main phase, you detach a material to negate this effect, blah, blah, blah. And I believe it is a quick effect if I control a certain, or if a certain card. If a level 1 Purrely is attached to it as material. Okay. So that is not going to work for me. However, I can just increase these things' attack exponentially. Activate a card effect. Why the hell not? Let's get rid of this annoying thing. Oh, actually, this is a yugioh. I know this archetype. I'm tripping. I'm surprised I didn't recognize this earlier. But, alright, let's activate this. I'm going to sneak both of his cards into my Xyz monster real quick. What is he using? Reveal one fusion monster in your extra deck. Add one of the fusion materials to his name, and then add a polymerization. Okay, interesting. I can do this as well, but I don't really see a need. Discard one card, special summon one level 1 Purrely monster from your deck once applied. Interesting. This would have been useful last time because all I did was take effect damage and I'm almost dead. Alright, now we're going to switch this to attack mode. Special summon. I can pop off some. You can also Xyz rank 2 monster with 5 or more materials. Does this have 5 or more materials? Let's see. View materials. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it does. Alright. So now we're going to go into our other offensive monster. We're going to take it this far. If I really wanted to, I guess I could negate its effects. So we're pretty sure I got this in the bag unless he has some crazy hand trap that will lose me 100. What happens if I activate this? What happens if I activate this? Nothing. Nothing, because I had nothing else in my hand. I was just curious. Attack. You can detach 2 and target 1 card in the graveyard. Nope, I don't really need it. I don't really need its effect. I can attack directly. And that was a close one. Holy crap, I had 100 life points left. But that was a fun deck. That's not a deck you usually see too much. That's why I was like, what the hell is this? But no, I definitely do recognize it. Alright, so looks like my opponent is going to be first. He does have himself a pretty nice hand. He goes for an instant fusion, which is usually not a good sign. Yep, that's what I thought. Tier elements. This is going to be a tier 1, tier 0 deck. So best way to test mine, I guess. So I do have Lightning Storm. So I think I should be covered unless he has some crazy negate. But I do have 2 Purrely cards as well, and then I got 2 of the Purrely Lily. I don't think I need 2 of them right off the bat, so it may be useful to just ditch one off of Lightning Storm. We'll see how that goes, though. So he's just dumping a bunch of stuff in the grave already, and all their effects are going to be triggered. One by one, here they come. 3. Can we get a 5th? Can we get a 5th? Can we get a 6th? How did it go to negatives? Why is it in the 4 now? Okay, now it's at 3. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, it's just a weird glitch as they're being used. It's counting down. Okay, that makes sense. I just thought it was weirdly going down. 2. Dude, every time I go to locals and I play against something like this, it always just takes so long. 2. Would love to have drawn a hand trap, but doesn't look like things are going my way. So, but I do have my copy of Lightning Storm. What does this thing do again? I played around with this a lot, but I'm just forgetting what it's called. Okay, this is interesting. Lubellion. If a monster is a normal or special summon while you control tier elements of your Starfrost, except during the damage step, you can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Does it have any protections is what I'm saying. Nope, no protections for his monsters. This thing has annoying potential. Activate a card. I'm gonna target up to 3. Yep, it's probably smart in order to just shuffle my cards back. Oh, but it's monster specific, so maybe I should have waited until he did a bit more so I could shuffle more stuff in, you know? Because he does have that recyclability built in. I do not, other than this trap card. So, Might have been worth waiting a bit, but it's okay. Alright, so my cards have been shuffled in. I think a couple of his cards have been shuffled in as well. He has 18 cards left. Alright, there goes another one. Holy crap, dude. Holy crap, dude. Dragoon as well. Not going to be able to Lightning Storm right away. How do I want to handle this? Alright, let's start with the field spell. If he Dragoons it, I think I'm chilling. Special summon one. I can't use either of these because then I can't use this. So I'm hoping he destroys this. Interesting. Does have one left in his hand though. I have no choice. Destroy all attack position monsters my opponent controls. What it? No. No. Activate a card. Discard one, special summon one level 1 Purrely monster. He's out of cards in his hand. I can probably take advantage now. Oh, I forgot about this thing. God damn it. God damn it. Alright, so I have 3 cards left in my hand. I have 3 cards left in my hand, and this guy's fusion summoning. Oh my goodness. Any second now. It would be nice. Waiting for my opponent. I'm just getting sadder and sadder, more and more depressed as the duel goes along. I have 3 cards left in my hand. God knows what else is going to happen. I have no choice but to play the continuous spell card and then summon my monster. At least with all the cards he dumped into my grave, I do have the ability to kind of take advantage of my other monster, or my other, what do I have here? Oh, okay, 1 second, let me, how many are in my grave? 1, 2, 3, okay, yeah, I should probably take advantage of that as well. Might be worth it to put a dimension shifter in here, even though it does kind of screw me. Alright, I'm gonna have to go for it. 1, 2, 3, shuffle them all back. Again, this is my turn. This is not fun. This is my turn. Okay. Alright, he has a second Dragoon on the field. Alright, let's activate this and pretend like we're not about to be utterly destroyed. Oh, yay! Yes! Come on. Come on. Maybe I have potential to do something. I barely have any cards left, but let's just add this to my hand. Alright. Alright. Please have nothing. Yes, he has nothing. Summon. Activate. I swear to God. I swear to God. I'm going to use this thing while I still can. Special summon this. Nope, no, I special summoned the wrong one. God damn it. I special summoned the wrong one. If I special summon the other one, if this one gets negated, I could have at least used its effect. Alright, whatever. Maybe I will draw the card I need now. Not at all. Alright. All right. You love to see it. 2 lightning storms and an ash blossom. Activate. We're gonna go into this thing because we need something with insanely high attack or defense right now. Oh my god. What can I do? There's nothing I can do. I should have summoned, instead of this, I could have summoned another one, used its effect in order to summon, and then maybe I would have stood a chance. But I did that without thinking, so interesting. It's okay because you live and you learn, right? I mean, this is like a tier 0 deck. I am a little bit sad, I'm not gonna lie, but and plus my 0 attack point monster is in attack mode. So let's just call this a game. We'll call this an experience, a learning experience. All right, final round. Let's do this, and I am first. Do I have the field spell in my hand? I do. Let's activate it, and now I have some potential to pop some off. All right, so I'm gonna activate Purrely. Add 1 to your hand. Yes, I'm gonna add Purrely Leap to my hand. That's my only option. By the way, I switched out one of my cards for 3 copies of Winged Dragon or Spear mode after that last L I took, so I think it was necessary. I'm going to set my Purrely Leap. I am going to activate this. Activate 2 cards. Nope. Let's do this. I can select a card to add to my hand. I already normal summoned, so this is not of any use to me. I don't think it matters as much. I'd like to have... Actually, I'd like to have this in the grave so I can take advantage of it next turn, but the third one I don't really care. Of course, let's do this. Alright, make 1 monster on the field unable to be destroyed by battle, so then you can discard 1 card if you do special summon 1 level 1 Purrely monster. Alright, let's activate this. Activate a card, 3 effects can be chained. Nope. So we're going to use this thing in order to go into this defense mode. And then we're going to activate this, making my monster being unable to be destroyed by battle. And then I can special summon from deck by discarding this. And then we can go into this. And then I'm going to activate my Purrely monster. Activate a card. What other card can I activate? Oh, this thing? Wait a minute. We'll wait on that. We'll wait on that. Then I can add 1 to my hand. So I do have pretty much every single one of these already has been used. So which one should I take advantage of? That's the question. We'll just do that for next turn because it's a nice searcher. Let's then use this to take advantage of this. Activate a card or effect. Can be changed. Nope. We'll go into this thing for some attack power. And then we'll activate this, taking that from the grave. This thing has 39 defense, can't be destroyed by battle. This thing is a bit of a problem because it only has 1600. However, my field spell should be able to help with that. I do have Sprite Elf that I can use. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use this, select this thing as a target, and now I can attach this to it. Now it has 2500. It's not as weak as it was before, thank God. So now I think I should be fine. And when my opponent starts using spells and traps, I can then use this thing's effect to take it. Therions, huh? Interesting. This is not something I've seen for a bit now. I can use Purrely Leap in order to essentially level this up. How many does this have? 3. How many does this have? How? Oh, I'm mistaken. I'm mistaken here. It's this thing's effect that it has to have 5 or more materials. So if it, even if it has less than 5, I can still use a trap card to summon it. So I'm interested to see what will happen here. This is either pure Therion or maybe the plant Therion variant that we used to see back in the day. But back in the day, it was like a couple months back. What did he dump? Empress, huh? Interesting. I'm trying to remember how to combat this deck. It's been so long. King Regulus. Nice. Target a Therion monster in your graveyard or 1 machine. This is a little bit scary, but this thing can't be destroyed by battle, I believe. So it still has some protection. Let's use this thing's effect. Dumping this back to your hand. let's see if he has a response. For now, no, because my thing got negated. That's annoying. Alright, now he's going for Empress. Okay. As he declares an attack. Oh, he's not going to go for attack. He's going to XC summon. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense. Attach number of cards your opponent controls in the Chonus. No. God damn it. I have no choice here. Purely leap. Activate a card effect. I'm just snatching his card. Why the hell not? Gonna go into happiness. Now, am I gonna be able to negate? Because it is a quick effect under what circumstance again? It needs to have a specific card. When a purely monster as material. Nope, doesn't apply. Alright, that's fine. But then I can use my graveyard card. Shuffling these 3 back. And now I can then special summon. It's probably better that I summon a Lily, because I have enough cards in my grave to where I can use advantage, take its advantage. Select a card to add to your hand. Which of these would I like? I already have this in my hand. I already kind of have this. Why not just get this? So I can search. Alright, now he's going to go into his gigantic champion, huh? Target 1 card on either field, destroy it, or return it to the hand. Okay. This is interesting. I'm just watching a strategy. This is not a deck I've come across too often. Pure Therion doesn't come up, at least against me, too often. So it's definitely one of the first, if not the first time I've been against this deck. So battle phase. All right. He takes 17, and then is he gonna do it? No, it says except during the damage step, huh? Okay. Okay. Then he gets rid of it. Yep, now I'm going to activate my field spell, and this is where I boost this attack. 47. Ooh. Winged Dragon, if he had 1 more monster on the field. 1 more monster on the field is all I needed. Activate this. How many equipped? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, by the way. So I can rank up if I want to. But let's see. Because if I have enough cards in my grave, I may want to just... Or enough spells and traps in my grave, I may want to attach them to my monster before I rank up. So this will be interesting, to say the least. Activate a card or effect. Yes. Just give me my cards. I think they're going to have an insane amount of attack. Activate it. Let's see, because I didn't even read what this thing does. 100%. This card is equipped to a monster. Okay, interesting. Doesn't matter. Select a card to add to your hand. Alright. Why not just normal summon? Nope, nope, nope. I can't because I don't have anything left in the grave, right? So, excuse me. Let's see. I am going to... Let's just go with this one. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? If he manages to get 1 more monster out on my turn, which is what I'm hoping for, I can get away with some tomfoolery here. Activate Purrely, Monster Zone, yes. Activate a card, 1 effect can be chained. What if, oh, this thing. Discard 1 card, special summon 1 level 1 Purrely monster from my deck. I don't think it will be as useful right now. Add 1 to your hand, yes. Just add this. Now I got 2 of them. And then just randomly shuffle these in. This thing's effect is not going to be the best right now. Huh. Okay, now I'm going to discard itself to activate its effect, special summoning level 1, which is the one that does from grave. But either way, this thing does not have it. Okay, so maybe I should have thought this through, because some of the XC's monsters don't have spell cards attached to them, right? So, I'm just going to do this. Just give it a little bit more attack. Feed the beast. Activating a card, no. Banish monster, yes. Nice. So I'm going to banish. I feel like this thing would be more of a problem. But what has more stuff attached to it? Select a card to discard. Select a monster to special summon. We'll go into this thing. I'm going to activate its effect. Okay, so the other one actually had the monsters equipped to it. So maybe I should have been a little bit more careful there. I want this one. Just because it leaves me a bit more room on my opponent's turn. You can... Okay, let's activate this. Select a card to send to the grave. I don't need 2 of these on the field at the same time. Let's just send this to the grave. Select a card to use as Xyz material. Give me this. He did something from the grave. I don't know what he did. He did something. Oh, not from the grave, but his equip zone, spell and trap zone, rather. Holy crap. And then I'm going to activate this. And that. What do I want in my hand? Let's add this one. And this one. And this one. Now I can special summon. Let's just go into this. I'm going to activate it. I still have enough to keep going. I like the recyclability in this deck, that's for sure. Activate a card, 3 effects can be chained. Sure. Actually, let's wait. Let's wait a second. Add one to my hand, yes. We'll add this to my hand. And just like that, I can keep going frickin' infinitely. Well, not literally, but... I am going to then... activate. Alright, let's go to this one. Let's go to this one again. And summon it in attack mode. Activate. Add 1. I'm going to add 2. Which hopefully will boost it a crazy amount. It will, but we'll see if it's enough though. Activate a card. Nope, not yet. Oh, nice. That's enough. I will... Can't use this thing's effect, but I will activate Purrely Pretty Meadow. I can discard a card, special summon 1 level 1 Purrely monster from my deck, which I don't think is that useful right now, but... Still have 3 effects I can use. Let's do it. Let's do it! When you activate a Purrely quick play spell card, quick effect, attach that card, then you can banish 1 monster on the field. Yes, sir. Alright, this thing goes. I'll just activate that as well. Why not? That was an accident, which means I'm going to have to discard 2, which means my sphere mode will be gone, but... Yes. Select a card to discard. Just go with that. Select a monster to special summon. Banish monster. That's gone. We both gain 1,000, which is nice. Then I can special summon from my deck by discarding. Yes, I'm going to activate Purrely. He has a trap card. I completely forgot. Target a Therion monster in graveyard, special summon it, equip 1 Therion monster from... Okay. So his King Regulus is going to come out. Add 1 to my hand, hell yes. Have no choice but to add this one. And then randomly shuffle the other 2 in. Activate. Oh, I can still fuse. And I can still get this thing stronger. Select a card. I'm going to send this to the grave. Select a card to use as Xyz material. Let's see what this thing's effect is. During your opponent's turn, you can target a 1 Therion card in your spell and trap zone. Return them to the hand. Give me this. Give me this. use this thing's effect in order to summon this thing, and he quits. Nice. That was a nice round 3. I definitely was able to work around his. Alright everybody, so based on what we have learned through our last couple duels, I would definitely say I have made some changes, and I hope that these are for the better, because there are a lot of weaknesses that I feel like I originally had in the deck. So I definitely think this is a good addition, 3 copies of Winged Dragon of Spear mode, because a lot of monsters will be on the field that your opponent spams out, especially if you're going against like tier elements or that type of stuff. You need something just to be able to remove the cards that your opponent will have on the field. Its effect, however, where is it? Your opponent cannot target this card for cards and effects. So if there's something like this, you can detach a material, negate the effects of all face-up monsters you control. Your opponent can't necessarily. I'm assuming that also will negate that, and therefore you can, bypass its effect and whatnot. So that does have potential. I do like the Bestial just to be able to get over some of the more annoying monsters that your opponent may have. Plus, it'll provide some extra bodies on the floor, as well as being hand traps as well. So I do like the Bestials. DD Crow I might switch out. I only really had it in here because of Lyrilusk Recital Sterling, so I may switch it out for maybe another Bestial monster. That would be interesting. So far, I do like my ratios of the spell cards. I think they're pretty decent. The field spell card, I found it to be a lot more important than I had originally thought, just because it does, during the end phase, you can target 1 Purrely Xyz monster on the field, attach 1 Purrely quick play spell card. So just off of this, attaching this to any of my quick play spell cards, this card was really, really big for just being able to raise my card's attack points, and it was a big difference maker. So I really think that I should give a little bit more importance to this. Also, I added 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More, because there were a lot of annoying monsters that had annoying effects that I was not able to get around the first couple times. So Dark Ruler No More, much needed, definitely. And then I had to cut this down to 2 because I also added a copy of Terraforming to be able to search that field spell. So I think that's nice. One thing I wanted to mention, Evenly Matched. I'm probably going to mess around with this a bit just because you only have a couple monsters. While they're easy to get to, Evenly Matched I feel like is something that would be pretty useful in this deck. So this is, I would say, obviously still a work in progress. I've had, probably 10-ish duels total with this deck, so I'm going to be improving it as I go, and when the Archetype releases, I'll have a lot of experience with it by then, and then you can expect a deck profile from me when it comes out. So anyways, guys, you guys can let me know what you guys think about this deck in the comments down below. What would you add? What would you take away? I'd love to know, because after all, I'm still improving, and I'm still dueling, and I'm still having fun with this deck. So, but you guys can let me know, and this is PlotArmorCards, guys, signing out for the day. If you like what you see, don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.